So the question is, if the soul is getting a new body after death, then when does the hell and Garuḍa Purāṇa come into the picture? So Garuḍa Purāṇa, there are elaborate descriptions about how when a person dies, the person is first taken, he leaves the body. Bhāgavatam also gives an elaborate description. Nobody likes to leave the body. Even if a person is old, even if a person is diseased, undergoing so many miseries, still nobody wants to die. Everybody is struggling somehow or the other to keep himself alive. Even an animal doesn't want to die, isn't it? I remember once long back, I had seen a National Geographic one episode. It was about lions in the African regions, in the forests. So they were showing how the lion is born as a cub, then it grows up, then it becomes an adult, then it forms a pride of its own, and so many things. So they were tracking the whole life of the lion. And then finally the lion becomes old, and he becomes so weak at one point of time that his hind legs are not working. He is not able to walk normally. And imagine a lion, if he has become lame, he cannot walk, how will he survive? What will he eat? And some hyenas are coming, trying to attack him. Somehow he is warding them off. And then he is hungry for many days, not eaten anything. Then some hyenas, they have killed some buffalo or something and they are eating that. So somehow he drags himself up to that that animal carcass which has been killed. And the hyenas let him eat a little, take an old fellow, he has become too much, very distressed condition. So they allow him and he eats a little. And then like that, and finally he dies. So you see, even an animal, even in that state, two hind legs are broken, not working, and he has to drag himself. And you can imagine an animal living in the forest, what kind of life it is. But still, even that lion is attached to his body, it doesn't want to die. Even in that condition, somehow he is trying, somewhere I'll get some food, I will survive. Survival is a very strong instinct in humans, animals, birds, fishes, everywhere you will see. The survival instinct is very strong. Survival instinct meaning we are so much attached to our body, we cannot give it up, even in the most distressful conditions. Of course, some people, the pain becomes too severe, they commit suicide. But that's a very small number. By and large, if you see, people till the last moment, they are striving somehow or the other to continue in the body. So nobody wants to die. So when death comes, nobody wants to give up this body, no matter how old, how diseased, how it has become practically, sometimes people become paralyzed. They cannot move, they will be lying in the bed for years together, still they will not give up the body. So even when the body becomes completely good for nothing, still we don't want to give up the body. We are so much attached to the body. So at the death, how will the soul come out of the body? Bhāgavatam says that at the time of death, the pain in the body is so severe. It is like 1,000,000 scorpions biting your body all over. Imagine how it will be. 1,000,000 scorpions are biting you simultaneously all over your body. That's the kind of pain that the soul goes through. So then, and still the soul is not willing to give up. Then the Yamadūtas will come. They'll put a noose around the soul. Subtle noose. It's not like the regular noose which we make with a rope like that. Subtle noose with a subtle rope. With that, they capture the soul and drag him out of the body. Otherwise, the soul is not giving up the body. And then they drag him on burning sand. You can imagine if you I mean, forget burning sand. Even in the concrete, if you walk during summer, your legs will be burning. You cannot stand, isn't it? Imagine burning sand. Ocean beach is there. If you go on a Sunday or a Saturday weekend, night, evening, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you go to Marina Beach, or you go to this Tiruvanmiyur Beach or Elliot's Beach, you will find a lot of people. Same beach you go in the afternoon when the sun is at its peak, blazing sun, beating down, you will not find one soul. Because the sand is too hot, you cannot stand there. Okay, people wear footwear and all and come. But suppose you are barefoot, I mean, you'll have blisters all over your feet, isn't it? So imagine on burning sand, the soul is dragged along by the Yamadūtas. As if walking on burning sand is not enough. A lot of dogs will come and start biting. And as if even that much is not enough, dogs are biting, hot sand you are walking, the living entity faints. And when he faints, the Yamadūtas take a whip and start whipping. They will not come and wake up, oh, poor fellow, take him to the shade, give him a little water, nothing. They will take a whip and start beating. So he has to again wake up and again start walking. Like this, he is dragged to Yamaloka. And there, according to whatever sinful activities he has done, he is sent into one of the Patala Lokas. Garuḍa, Kumbhipaka, so many hellish planets are there. So he is sent to not a heavenly planet, hellish planet he is sent, if he is very sinful. If he is pious, then he will be sent to the heavenly planets. So he is sent to the hellish planets, and there he has to undergo different kinds of distresses according to the kind of sinful activity he has done. Sometimes he will be cooked in a pot of boiling oil. Sometimes some dogs will come and eat his flesh, and he will also be made to eat his flesh. And all these things happen in a subtle body, not a gross body. So, although the dog is eating his flesh and he is also made to eat his own flesh, he will not die. Then the Yamadūtas will, then the residents of Naraka, the hellish planets, they will take the living entity on top of a mountain and throw him down from there. And he will come crashing down. But he will not die. Again he will be picked up, taken to the top of a cliff, again thrown down. Sometimes they are taken and made to drown in the water. So you are suffocating, not getting air to breathe, and you are constantly drinking water. What will happen? So repeatedly you will be made to drown, but you will not die. So imagine the kind of torture that the living entities have gone to go there. It all depends on what kind of sinful activity you have done. If you have done pious activities, you will go to Swarga, you will not suffer. And then when that period of suffering, whatever is ordained according to the Papa Karma he has done, he will be given the next body. It may be a plant body, it may be an animal body, it may be a human body, whatever body he has to get. So, in the next body that he has to get, according to the species he is entering, whether it is a bird or an animal or whatever, according to that, he has to remain within the womb of the mother for a specific period of time. If it is a human, 9 months, 10 months, he has to be in the womb of the mother. If it is an insect, lesser, whatever it is. So, before he gets the next body, he has to get used to the body which he is going to get. Suppose in this life he had a human form of body, and next life, and in this life he enjoyed life, all sense gratification, eating all kinds of good food, enjoying with the opposite sex, and nicely enjoyed life. All sinful reactions will come. And next life, suppose he is going to a pig's body. Now pig has to eat stool. Now directly from the human form, if he is put into that pig species, he will not be able to survive. Because the subtle body is not yet ready. Imagine if you are made to eat stool, how it will be? You cannot eat, right? It's so obnoxious, it's so abominable. Because our body is not used to it now. But if you look at a pig, very comfortable. You give stool, be very happy with today feast. That's pig's body. So if you are supposed to get a pig's body, you will be taken to the hellish planet, and there you will be made to eat stool every day forcibly. You will be whipped, you will be beaten. So no other choice. you will start eating, then slowly you will get used to it. And once you get used to it, put into the pig's body, you will be comfortable. Life will go. So, before the jiva goes into the next body, he is first taken to one of the hellish planets. And then he is made to get accustomed to the kind of body he has to get in the next life. Then he comes back. Now, for how long? That may not take very much long time. The experience will be like he is going through thousands of years. But it will happen in a very short span of time. Within it may be a matter of seconds or maybe hours or days. It will be done and he will be put into the next species. And then in the next species, he has to be in the womb of the mother. He is sleeping. And then he comes out of the womb of the mother, wakes up, oh, this is the new body of God. Gets used to it. So, the reply is that when the living entity has to go to the hell, if he has done papa karma, only then he goes to hell. And then he will have to undergo the different kinds of tribulations, and then he will have to get some other species of life. He will be put into that specific. He will have to enter the semen of the father, and then from there he is placed in the womb of the mother, and then he will take birth. So this is how it happens. So, if a living entity has to get into a human form of life, if he is human form now, again he has to take human form of life, he won't have to see Naraka. Directly get transferred into the next womb. And if he has to get a Swargaloka, if he has to go to Swargaloka, then he will directly get transferred there. So, it depends on the activities of the jiva in his present life. If he has done sinful activity only, he has to go to Naraka, and then there he undergoes different tribulations, gets accustomed to the new body he has to get, and then he enters a new species. So this is the sequence in which things happen. So this is elaborately described even in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam also.